Uhuru, Uhuru comrades. This is FoFeet. I want to thank everyone that has joined this live stream tonight. We are going to have a wonderful time. I am FoFeet Alkevion, and I am the International Economic Development Coordinator for NPDUM, and I'm the lead for Uzi Custom Clothing. I want to salute my leadership, Chairman Omali Yeshitela, owner Zene Yeshitela, and the president of NPDUM, President Columbai and Danette. This live stream is episode 3. This is the Gemini Uhuru, which means Uhuru is Swahili for freedom. And we're going to get free tonight because you know what? We got a political question we're going to bring up. Okay. Since we can't go to the club or you can't go to the club, we're going to bring the club to you. But tonight we're celebrating all Geminis, all Geminis, all Geminis. Now, you know, a Gemini has 2 personalities, right? So every Gemini, you got 2 sides. We're going to pull both of them out tonight, all right? Okay.
All right.
Each poet or each artist have 5 minutes to perform. And then we'll give a couple of minutes for you to tell who you are, what made you choose the piece you did, and, you know, Uhuru freedom, we want you to be free, all right? Because that's what African people need, and that's what we're going to get, is our freedom. Tonight is a fundraiser, and to celebrate, we would like at least whoever's on to donate, and we want you to join. But to donate, we'll have you to go to npdum.org/donate, and that's INPDUM.org/donate. We're looking for at least $10. Our goal is $500. So if you will donate with $10, we will appreciate that. But also, we have Uzi, who is becoming an LLC. So this will be a startup stock for Uzi. And NPDUM is always available to help the working class, the African working class, to see where you are, to bring you into political life, or to show you the difference of being an African-minded community, because all of us are Africans. So any amount that you donate is not too small, and definitely any large amount is not too large. We will accept what you give us, because you know what? We're not supported by the government. We're supported by the people that we work for, and we work for all Africans, because freedom is what we need to stop this crap that's going on right now. All right, Muambi, what would you like to say?
Uhuru. First of all, I want to give a shout out to all the Geminis, all my twins out there. Enough respect to the Geminis. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you share this. I'm excited about tonight being able to hear some poetry and also being able to share. If you're tuning in, if you know anybody who spits, or if you spit or anything, feel free to join us. And yeah, I'm just excited about tonight. I appreciate, in the midst of this chaos, in the midst of between the colonial virus, between the murder of, you know, our brother George Floyd, you know, it's important for us to be able to express our revolutionary cultures. So I'm excited about, you know, being able to have this outlet. So I want to say Uhuru, thank you to everybody who's, you know, who's participating, everybody who made this happen. And that's pretty much it. Gemini Uhuru.
Say you're muted.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you, Natalie? Tell us where
I
you're
am
from.
wonderful. I am from St. Louis, and I thank you so much, FoFeet, for bringing me on. I appreciate you so much. We met a few years ago. I heard your poetry in our other group, and you heard a little bit of what I do, and you've been inspiration ever since, and I'm blessed to have you in my life. I'm blessed to know a little bit more about Uhuru and about the movement, and I want to get more into it. You know, I'm crawling before I walk, but you know, like the brother said before me, you know, during this time dealing with the loss of our brother, Mr. George Floyd, is really hard, and dealing with this pandemic, it's been a struggle, you know, but with faith and just keeping my head up, it's been good. And like he said, this is an outlet right now for us to just speak our truth, speak what we're blessed with as far as our poetry, and I'm just happy to be here. You're muted again.
Would you like to do a poem?
I would. I would. It's called Me, My Life, and I. Um, the reason for that is just to give people kind of an insight on me, because so often we look at each other and judge just on the physical, not really knowing what that person been through. So with that, here I go. It's called Me, My Life, and I. From the outside looking in, you couldn't read the story I'm about to tell. Yet once I'm near the end, you know for certain it can't be fairy tale. Leaving my past where it is, no doubt it brought me pain. Wisdom and knowledge had I gained, though it never left me vain. I said I leave the past behind me, but I followed like Twitter to guide me, like Facebook to share me. Never did I imagine that I would air out my dirty laundry on paper, but I guess it was all in my mind because by the time I'm done, you catch the vapor. My mom always told me not to tell everybody my business, but maybe just maybe it would ease some of your fears, like headlight to deers, kicking, screaming, biting, fighting, and cussing tears. For instance, this is how it begins. Sitting on the sofa, cartoons on the screen, innocence of youth all through me. I was being touched in ways that only lovers do by my own flesh and blood. Could this be? Yes, no, maybe, sorry, unfortunately. I fell into it thinking it was just signs of affection from brother to sister. But I was wrong because I thought about it for years, which left me pretty bitter, not wanting to trust, never ever forget it. I prayed and cried for God to get me through this journey. But I had to go through a lot more here on this journey. Keep up with me. I want that sibling love back because it's always been just the two of us. But every time I think back, it brings forth a brain bust, a painful thought of a brother's lust. But now he has moved on with his life, 3 kids and a wife. Now I'm just solo bolo, still thinking about my life. I'm still loving him for life because that's my brother. So on to relationships. Voice raising to the highest extent, hands slapping across my face like I don't exist. You said you love me, yet abuse me in every aspect. Love don't live for you anymore. You need your ass whipped. Step up to a man like you came to me. I thought so. You coward, weak, lowest being on earth. You don't have the audacity to step. Now I know my worth. Where I paid the bills, women was knocking at my door. I played the cool ball, the games he played, I ignored. I took the abuse for way too long. I even went on a flashback of love. Was love got to do with it and beat her with a boot, and I was wrong. Yeah, I was his fool because after years of being apart, we still got it in. I even tattooed his name on my thigh, but now it's covered. I remember he did the same thing. If I saw him today, I'll say hi. That's sitting in that saw. Don't need to hold a convo. Goodbye. Now, some of you men need to keep your shit in your pants. If you can't take care of your seed, what makes you a dad or even a man? Where's my daddy throw from my lips several times before? But my mama said, don't trip. You'll be cool. I'm your mother and father. I'm all you need and more. Yeah, mom, that's cool. But as I got older, my mind began to wonder. So I went on my own adventure just to find a man that was never sober. The Vietnam War and alcohol was his absence excuse. It's been almost 30 years, man. Are you serious? I'm confused. Within 10 minutes of conversation, I could smell the scent of liquor coming out of his pores. Now I got to hold my breath like I'm DC diving because the stench of it all is coming out stronger even more. I realized then I was better off. But I looked just like that stranger. My mom tried to warn me of daddy heartbreak danger. Now listen up. Smoking herbs like a chimney and drinking like a fish ease my pain for the time being. I try not to focus on all the bullshit I've been experiencing. Weed had got me higher than cloud nine. I was singing songs from the raisins. I heard it through the grapevine. But then I realized real gigs did drug tests. But as much as I puffed all the cranberry juice and water couldn't pass the test. But now I'm home free from that. I stopped it. I'm so over, so done with it. Unfortunately, Ciroc, Absolute, and Amsterdam started calling my name now. Take a sip here, take it to the head there was all I knew now. Don't get me wrong, I slowed up on that. I still take a sip of a bit of this and that. But at the end of the day, my mind's still racing, not knowing which way to go. My heart's still racing, feet still pacing. I became so depressed, I allowed the devil to bring me down. I ended up on a psych ward where I was bound, nobody around to stand ground. I had different pills in my system on the verge of taking myself out, but I know it was nothing but the grace of God that kept me here, no doubt. I didn't try to end my life once or twice, 3 or 4 times out of end my life, but I strived, I survived it. One thing for sure, I'm blessed to be here to share my story. I come a long way from where I used to be, at least not as much worry, because this is only half of my story. Now we all have a past which may or may not determine our future, but it's up to us to make it better whenever, however. But knowing God is my judge, He knows I made mistakes. He knows what risks I would take. Me, my life, and I is what makes me who I am. I have no regrets of what I've been through because it made me who I am. Me, my life, and I is definitely who I am.
Uhuru, comrade.
Thank you.
Comrade Nelly, I'm adopting you already. Muambi, would you want to? Okay. You want to tell us, Nelly, why you chose that piece?
I'm sorry, I said that before I did it, but
It's okay.
it's okay. I chose it because we are for people that's artists or whatever, and whatever you do, whether you do music or whatever, we all have a baby, and that's my baby. And it's like I said, it gives people an insight of who I am, that my life is not perfect, that I have been through some things, and that I don't know what the next person is going through. So if I share what I've been through and I'm still standing, I hope that that poem can help you. Like, how did you get through it? I'm just faith, keep it pushing, and I don't dwell on my past, but it made me a better person, and I'm not mad for going through what I went through or going through what I'm going through. I'm still standing and I'm smiling. I'm good.
Uhuru, yes. Muambi, Uhuru, comrade.
Uhuru.
Uhuru, can you tell us how you felt about that piece?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that hit my soul. That hit my soul. I think as African people, we're unprotected. We really don't have, like, we don't have nobody who we can go to, to protect us. And at the same time, we're constantly being harassed mentally, emotional. So it's like, we have these the most heinous stuff happen to us, so that kind, I felt that kind of deep, you know what I'm saying? Because, I know that, I mean, even this sounds horrible to say, but that's not like an unfamiliar story. So, so yeah, I felt that kind of deep. And I appreciate your openness of sharing that story, Natalie, or just sharing that poem and that art, because it ain't something that, it ain't easy, but that's, it ain't easy. So I appreciate your willingness to share that with us.
Thank
you. Uhuru. Natalie, things that happen, I'm doing through life, things that happen, I've always tried to figure out what was the cause. And until I turned 60 and I met this movement, I found out that the cause is not mine. It's not mine, it's not yours. The cause is colonialism. That's trying to take a round ball and squeeze it into a square box. Mm-hmm. Now, we are Africans and we can look in the mirror and tell that every day. But for some reason, we have been, no, not for some reason, we know the reason. We've been taught to try to squeeze into that square box, knowing that we're round, just to make life easy. And that's because colonialism is not for us. That's why we always struggle. We know we need to get out. We know it's something that's not for us and it's not right. But we've been in this BS for so long. It makes it, we doubt ourselves. We don't know how to love each other. We anymore because we try to love by somebody else's standard. We try to live and build a life by somebody else's standard. And the problem is we don't remember because they robbed us of it. But we know it's not right. Something is not adding up. So the things that we go through, it's not our fault. It's colonialism. Every ill that African people deal with is colonialism. It goes back to the root of the problem. Just like nursing. You have a migraine, it's not taking medication to get rid of the migraine headache. You need to find the cause and get rid of it for good. Revolution, that's what it's going to take. Uhuru.
Uhuru.
If you want to, like I said, this is a fundraiser. It's a Gemini Freedom fundraiser for the Uhuru movement and for Uzi becoming an LLC. I need you to go to www.inpdum.org/donate. $10, $5, $20, $50. I got a challenge for you. My challenge is that I will be, Monday is my birthday. I will be 66 years old. If you can donate $66, I appreciate you. Guess what? Get a friend, you do 33 apiece. That's my challenge. $66 on my 66th birthday. Uhuru. What you got to say about that, Muambi?
Uhuru. What I got to say about that? What you got on my 40? That's what I got to say about that. On Wednesday, I turned 40 years old. So that's what I'm asking for. Donations. If you want to donate to Muambi's birthday, donate $40. If it's 2 people, you could donate 2020. It's the year 2020. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? What you got on my 40?
Uhuru, Conrad. When you put that impedum.org/donate, there's a section at the bottom that said comment. Say Gemini birthday, or you can say FoFeet or Muambi, or just Gemini. We'll take that. We'll know exactly where the donations are supposed to go. All right. We want to put it where it belongs. Uhuru. And you might be surprised. There might be a gift in there for you. We appreciate you. We really do. All right, Muambi. Would you like to give an offering?
Okay, cool. So this isn't the longest piece, and you've heard it before. So oh, hold on. Let me fix my camera. I forgot Dexter told me I gotta fix my camera. Hold on. Let me see. Can you see me regular? Or my turn sideways?
You're good.
I'm good? Okay.
Natalie, when they're on, when if you're not speaking, mute your screen.
You know what? Actually, FoFeet.
Uhuru.
You know what? I was gonna do this as just like a as an acapella thing, but I wanted to go ahead and do my do the proletariat.
Comrade, it's your day. Do what you want to do. We Gemini. Be free.
Okay, cool. So all right, cool. All right, so And I like this because I've been working on this lately. It's kind of like a little eclectic. Because I use some revolutionary words. I believe they from Lenin or Mao. I'm not exactly sure on the author, and I know somebody's gonna call me on it soon. But yeah, this is a piece that I put together recently, and it's called The Proletariat. And so I'm gonna just get into it. We can talk about it later. The proletariat comes in the defense of the poor and exploited sectors of the. That's too loud. You know what? I'm gonna just do it without the beat. That's what I was saying. I feel like it's more like something like that I could do right now. So I'm gonna just do it without the beat. Forgive me for that. But this is called the proletariat. The proletariat comes to the defense of the poor and exploited sectors of the small owners, not to protect their independent position, but because it defends the standard of living and political rights of all exploited working people against the capitalist. The proletariat, as champion of the cause of all the poor and oppressed, promises to wage a joint struggle to relieve the burdens of poverty and unemployment that the capitalists are placing on the backs of both the wage earners and small proprietors. The proletariat can make no promises to the small owners to help save them from the African Revolution. Rather, it must show them that their interest in their future lies with the African Revolution. Short attention spans will not stop the revolution. Microwave mentalities will not halt us from overthrowing the US government. Small-time conversations will not distract us, will not stop revolutionaries from revolting. Short skirts and sharp words will not deter the revolution. Attitudes in the annoyed will not air out the struggle. Sucking teeth and side eyes will not get in the way of African self-determination. Anxiety will not ease the pain and ease the attack on the military men and police officers. Passions will not ease the pain felt by the enemies of the revolution. Revolution is in my heart. Revolution is in my mind. Revolution is in my muscle reflex. Revolution is in my veins. Revolution is in the streets. Revolution is in our hearts. Revolution is the breakfast, lunch, and dinner discussion. Revolution is the time we live in. Revolution is the space we live in. Revolution is war. Revolution is pain. Revolution is now. Revolution is ugly. Revolution is nubs. Revolution is guerrilla. Revolution is night vision. Revolution is stealth missions. Revolution is creating an illusion and sniping the enemy in confusion. Revolution is man. Revolution is woman. Revolution is child. Revolution is sexy. Revolution is sloppy. Revolution is organized. Revolution is medical gauze on deck. Revolution is respect among we and for them. It's a blatant, unapologetic, wide-eyed, it's the end or beginning of your life begins today, African life check. Revolution is Akobin. Uhuru.
Uhuru, comrade. Revolution. That's
Uhuru.
Us. That's us. Now tell us why you chose that piece, comrade.
All right, it's like two parts of it. Studying African internationalism, like one of the questions is always like, what's our relationship with businesses, small businesses, especially small business owners? So that was something that I found a while ago that basically just says that, you know, if a business wants to be a part of the revolution, that's an option, but we can't save businesses from the revolution. And I think the time that we're living, you know, a lot of people are having this discussion about whether, you know, it's right or not, morally even, what's happening with the, you know, the Target, the AutoZone, the construction site over in Minneapolis, how they got burned down, and people are like, oh no, and there's all these other businesses. We got to protect the businesses. And so that was a part of why I wanted to read it, because I think it's important to understand that, you know, if you're a business owner, you got to attach yourself to the revolution, not the other way around. And the other part of that piece, I wrote in El Cajon here in San Diego when a police officer killed an African named Alfred Alongo. And we were in the streets, you know what I mean? We wasn't doing it like St. Lou, you know what I'm saying? We was in the streets for a couple of months, you know what I'm saying? But when we were in the streets, you know, there were so many people trying to distract us and trying to deter us from resisting. And so I was just writing that because that was a lot of the stuff I seen was, you know, from people trying to use their sexual prowess to people creating fake, you know, conflicts. You know, there's so many things people were doing to try to stop us from uprising. So I just felt, you know, and I've been working on that piece a lot lately. I think it's something that's promising. So that's why I wanted to share.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Uhuru. Now, what I heard, I forgot to, I did not comment on Natalie's piece. So I'm gonna step back a minute and say that was a piece of life that everybody can connect with and everybody can see and everybody can be a part of, because you learn from personal experience. And if it's not you, it's somebody you know. So I want to Uhuru, Natalie, and thank you for that piece. Now, Revolution, Conrad, that was on time too, for the simple reason with the BS going on now, that's the only thing that has a, that's the cure. No matter how you put it, that's the cure. That's the cure. I want to appreciate that piece. You didn't tell people where you were from.
Who you talking to? Natalie or
You.
me?
You.
Me?
You, Conrad.
I'm from Africa. We all Africans.
I know that. I mean, where are you living?
Oh, I'm out here in sunny San Diego, California right now. You know what I'm saying? Right by the beach, but we got the coronavirus, so you know, we ain't at the beach like that. But you know what I mean? I'm on the West Coast.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Yes. While we were talking, I've been trying to write a piece all day, but I have not had a chance. But that's okay. I put something down, but I'm gonna come to it last. That'll be my last piece, in case I have some more that come out. I'm gonna do this piece called Looking, and I wrote this in 2005. Today I was searching for my future. I remember putting it in a special place, but I've misplaced the special place. Turning the house upside down, I found other treasures put away for a later date. Now is the date that has come late. My future is tucked away in a hideaway space. Maybe I'm looking for it as it is looking for me. And somehow I can't see past my fingertips. Papers I continue to flip, but no avail. I cannot find the small piece of my future. Peeking out of the corner, just spying and waiting for me to just be still. Waiting for the perfect moment to appear until the time is right. Just when I'm about to search for another piece of my future, the one piece I was looking for at first pop up from just out of nowhere. In looking for my future, I found my present self, and that makes me the me that I am. Myself that I am not, and from the me I was yesterday. A glimpse of my tomorrow, and it looked pretty good. It looks like revolution. I don't know what I was going through when I wrote that, but as you can see, it was a moment that I was looking for my future. I found that when you're looking for something, it's because it's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. Just like people are angry because of what has been going on. People don't know what to do when it's right there in front of their face. Revolution is the only way. And to bring it to you every day, what we need is these donations, because this is how we support the movement. We support African people, because if you don't know what's going on, you don't know what to do. We're trying to bring it to you right here, right now, every day. 10, 15, 20, 30, 5, whatever amount you want to donate, we will appreciate it. And it's www.npdum.org/donate. And we appreciate you. I brought that piece out because I know when I met the movement, I was looking for my future. At 60, all I could think of was, okay, I got to get ready to retire. I got 5 years to put things in order for me to work towards that goal. But in doing so, unfortunately, the murder of Mike Brown changed everything. And I knew it would, but I just didn't know how I fit in. And what I fit in was, I found out that colonialism is the reason we are so confused about who we are as African people. And that's who we are. We are African people. Some of us been violated in the past, and we came out with different shades of melanin. But you know what? We're going to push that aside and move on, because if you got one drop of African blood, guess what? Africa's your home. We need to have our freedom. And that's why we got the Uhuru, the Gemini Uhuru, because freedom is what we're looking for. Comrade Natalie, well, I see her. She's offline right now. Comrade Muambi. Comrade Muambi.
Uhuru, just wanted to say we have a $10 donation from Jackson and St. Pete.
Uhuru Jackson. Thank you, comrade. We appreciate you. Yes. I'm still looking for that $66 to be donated, comrade. My friends, or if you even know me for the past 65 years until Monday, $66? Or what you got on it? I'll take $10 on that $66. Uhuru.
Uhuru. Okay. Yeah, I was having some problems with my microphone, so what's up? What's up, FoFeet? What's up?
Well, Jackson just donated $10, comrade.
Uhuru Jackson.
Uhuru.
And all the comrades out there in St. Pete, we appreciate y'all.
Yes. We appreciate the movement. Yes, because it's where you need to be. Uhuru.
FoFeet, did you see the press conference yesterday in St. Pete, Florida?
You know what? I saw part of it because we were getting ready to do our press conference right here in St. Louis.
Right. Yeah, that's the exact same thing. I saw some of it. I kept going back to it because we did our press conference out here in San Diego too. So it was powerful, though. I appreciated it. it. So yes. To all the comrades out in St. Pete, it was great seeing y'all out there, and all the comrades all over the place who participated in those actions. That was powerful.
That was really amazing. to have the power that we have, we demonstrate what organization does. Individuals can do a lot of things, but you can break, one finger. But when you put it together, make it a fist, it's a mighty blow. So that's what organization is. A big fist and a mighty blow. Uhuru.
Uhuru.
I am so excited, comrade. Uzi is becoming an LLC, and it will make a whole difference in the world for the simple reason this will give us more power to help more African communities in more ways than one. This is why this fundraiser is tonight. We will be adding different elements to the Uzi LLC, and doing that will give us buying power and selling power. We can incorporate more of the community into being a part of their own freedom. It'll give us self-reliance in this and dual power, dual and contending power.
Uhuru, I unite. So yeah, tuning in, make sure you donate. I also wanted to mention, is it cool if I talk a little bit about membership, FoFeet?
Please.
I am the membership coordinator, you know what I'm saying? So also, I don't know if you're not a member of Impedum, if you're not a member of Impedum, you've tuned into any of our live streams, you know somebody in the area you live in, or you just happen to stumble upon this live stream, join Impedum. There's no other organization like it. There's other organizations, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of building for African self-determination, we're the only international entity that, has people on the ground in multiple cities, multiple states, multiple parts of the world. And, we're all building for the same thing to, get this system off our back. So right now, what I wanted to do is talk about our Musa Ubuntu membership. And Musa Ubuntu, is his name Ubuntu or is it Ubuntu? Ubuntu. Okay. Uhuru, I want to make sure I pronounce our comrade's name right. Musa Ubuntu was a really, really powerful comrade from Chicago who did such amazing work out in St. Louis. And we built a poetry night. Musa was an amazing host. Musa knew how to talk to elders that were like 100 years old, and he knew how to talk to kids that were 3 years old. He was just a really powerful comrade. So at our last convention in September, we named one of our memberships after Musa. And the membership is for students, you know what I'm saying? If you in college, high school, if you're in adult education school, get your Musa Ubuntu level membership. If you're if you're not working for the state right now, you're not employed, have a colonial job, and get you a Musa Ubuntu membership. If you're I think that's unemployment, students, anybody who's dealing with any type, if $10 is what you can afford, you know what I'm saying, and you out here struggling, get you a Musa Ubuntu membership. And just the same way FoFeet was talking about, we're working on, we're just now starting to open up this fundraiser. It's going to go from now until tomorrow. We're having a Gemini quarantine and chill, where we're going to be playing some revolutionary music. June 6th, we're going to, have another cultural event, Gemini quarantine and chill. So we just open it up right now, but tonight we want to get 5 members. If like I said, if you're ready to join in Impedum, you ready to get in political life, get you a Musa Ubuntu membership.
Uhuru, get you a Musa Ubuntu membership, comrade. And you know what? You can go to impedum.org instead of saying donate /join. You got to join. JOIN. Uhuru. You got another piece, comrade?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me too?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta check something real quick. Okay, so what we're looking at, FoFeet, is for us to perform a couple more pieces, talk a little bit about the organization again, you know what I'm saying? And and kind of call it an earlier night. Does that sound good? That's what Comrade Dex was talking about.
I agree. Ain't no sense in, boring people. I may have thousands of poems, but you can't hear them all in one night.
Uhuru. Okay, cool. So let's see. I do got something else that I could spit. I got something I could spit. What I'm noticing right now is like my cadence is like most of the stuff is to beats. So my cadence will be a little bit more of a song J type. But this right here, and I noticed I don't got titles. So this is called For Us. This one is called For Us. Let's see. Every organization, every institution, every government, every constitution has on the bottom criminalized destined for destitution, and they school systems ain't shit. They snatching children out the house. I'm down to smack a cracker in the mouth. Demonize, regurgitate everything we about. I'm tired of all the shame, the guilt, and the pain. Colonize, occupy, parasites to blame. Prisons and the military. Watch your... My auntie died up in a hospital where she took her last breath. My cousin died up in a Momo because the housing is fucked. And we gonna ride for you, baby, and we won't get stuck. Africans charge genocide, arrest the CPS, burn the system down in the colonial quest. This is genocide. This is genocide. Chemical, biological is genocide. All right, we got it. Our second part. We got our second part. Reparations is a demand for repair of damage done from the first offense in Africa, everything after under the sun. Every ritual, every language, every mineral, every soul. They've been robbing for 600 years, so it's everything they owe. The question has been answered: who gets paid across the globe? Every black man, woman, and child, every hood, every ghetto. It's the only way white people can be a part of humanity. It's simple mathematics, and I know you understanding me. Restore resources to the African revolution in this colonial crisis, taking our shit, only solution. African workers in arms, housing local establishments, corporations and farms, schools and hospitals, they all owe a material solution. We ain't got to get spiritual. We shutting down these Democrats and these corny ADOS cats. We charging for artifacts in museums and cities with skyscrapers and train tracks. Shout out to Killmonger.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
All right, Uhuru. See, you're a rapper. You rap.
Right.
And when I was really performing, I used jazz. I used jazz as a piece, and eventually I'll get back to it. I'm just waiting about 6 months, pull the plug on that job,
right,
retirement, and spend get some of my life back.
Right. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, I have an older brother who just used to just sit and show me all jazz. He's only a couple years older than me, but he's one of those brothers with the old spirit. So he used to definitely tell, share all that jazz with me. So I grew a deep love for jazz culture.
I started with poetry. I got into poetry because when I was in nursing school, I was a older student. Actually, my daughter was 16 and she's my baby at that time. Now she's 40, almost 41. But she was a senior in high school, and I was in my last year of my first year of nursing school. And I did the transitional program where I was an LPN, and then you take a couple of years in school and you transition to a registered nurse. So in doing my studies, I found out that my mind started going out. My mind started getting bigger and bigger, and I had imagination that I could use. So I said, how can I put this? Then a friend of mine said, well, why don't you write poetry? Said a book. I said, no, it takes too long. I'm a Gemini. I want it like right now. So he said, try writing poetry. So I did, and I've been doing it ever since, and that was in 96. So in looking into that, I forgot what my goal was to say about that, but I was sitting here and some things came up. I have to redo this, but this is my poem for our fallen comrade that we've got to what is it? Vanguard up.
Uhuru, I unite. We got to. But just real quick, because I know you lost your train of thought real quick, but we was talking about jazz. So I think you were talking you were telling me about jazz. But yeah, I need to hear that poem, but I just wanted to make sure you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, let me do that first. Tell you about the jazz. So as I continue to get into the poetry, I joined this group called Eugene Redmond's Writers Club. That's in East St. Louis. And they did poetry, but they infused it with jazz.
Right.
And I loved it. I loved it because it gave me an understanding of the stories jazz can tell.
Right.
Because it's from in here. It's a feeling. And when you listen to it, you can connect with your deeper self. And you can feel that story, you can feel that pain, you can feel the rage, you can feel the love, you feel everything. And it's just by listening and doing this.
Yep. Yeah, so, that's why culture.
With me, I could hear stories coming out of the jazz that was speaking to me because that was my translation of what I was hearing. So I can put it on, turn on my incense, have my pen or my iPad or my computer. And as I listen, I can type. It's easier for me to write. I can write out a piece that comes to me with that music. And before you know it, I got a song, I got a poem.
Right.
That's how I connect with jazz. And at the same time, if jazz is playing behind me, because I've done performances with musicians, and I'll take words from the audience and get into the jazz, and I already know the subject matter, and I can do the piece. I can spit it.
Right.
And I just love it. And I did something with this piece. It's not as good as it's going to be when I work it, but this was kind of off the dome. It's called I Know Him.
Let's hear it.
I know him. I was told his name was George Floyd. Not George Washington, not George Foreman, but George. His last name was Floyd. Not Patterson, but I bet he could fight. Not a Floyd you may know, but one that you know now because he had a knee in his neck and he couldn't breathe, that pushed the air out and left him limp. For everyone to see on Facebook and everyone to feel the pain. This is bullshit. This is crap because it didn't turn out the way that they thought they was going to make it. It didn't turn out the way that they felt it should go.
Right.
They took his life. They murdered him.
That's right.
They murder us all the time. The same story with a different name, different line, with the same two characters, the colonialist and the African. We gotta stop this shit. We gotta
Uhuru.
stop it now, because you know I knew him. I knew him, and I see him every day. He's my son. He's my brother. He's my child. He's my grandchildren. He's my uncles, my father, my cousins.
That's right.
He's my brother. I knew him. And for him and all the other hymns, we'll get justice. Colonialism pulled the bullet. Colonialism murdered him, just like they murdered all the hymns that we know and we don't know, but we do know. Revolution is the justice. Organization is the key. Get organized, get justice, get freedom. Uhuru. Some of that is on paper and the rest of it is out there. So I have to go back and I'll rewrite it because I won't remember what I said. Because when it comes through me, it comes through me. I can't. But comrades, this.
Well, hey, FoFeet, let me go ahead and before we start wrapping things up, I wanted to make an announcement, an important announcement, and that's for the telethon, the Zenzele telethon. You about the telethon?
I know about it. Go ahead, speak on it.
Okay, I'm about to talk about telethon. So I just wanted to raise that Zenzele. You know, it's the All African People Development and Power Projects store, brick and mortar store, and Sunday from 2 Central to 6 Central, Zenzele is going to be having a telethon. So I wanted to you know, just let people know about that as well. We got tomorrow night, we got our quarantine and chill. That'll be at 8 o'clock, from 8 to 10 o'clock. Now I know they don't want it. I know they didn't want me to do it, but we got so many good Gemini artists that we gonna play. It's gonna be mostly Gemini artists. We might slip a Scorpio in there, maybe a Sagittarius if they acting right, but we gonna play Gemini. And let me just say something. Curtis Mayfield's a Gemini. Patti LaBelle's a Gemini. Andre 3000's a Gemini. Lauryn Hill's a Gemini. Prince is a Gemini. Ice Cube is a Gemini. Biggie Smalls a Gemini. Tupac's a Gemini. Who else? You know, was that Brian McKnight? Brian McKnight's a Gemini. So there's we gonna do all right, y'all. But you know, this our little period. You know what I mean? We want to kind of show off a little bit about, you know, how creative and talented, you know, we are, those who are born around the same time of this year. So so we're gonna do our quarantine and chill tomorrow, and then on Sunday, tune in to Zenzele Consignment. You know, they're gonna have their telethon from 2 to 6 Central, and then next Saturday we're gonna do quarantine and chill again. So I just wanted to say that, you know what I'm saying, before we wrap it up or anything. Uhuru.
There are two things I want to say. Three. One, the Midwest region will be having our event, which will be tied to the things that's going on now and what the chairman talked about today.
Right.
So tune in. I think it's 1 to 3 Central Time. Tune in to Facebook and you can find it. It's the Midwest region event. I'm a part of Black Unk, which is a part of Zenzele, not Zenzele, ABDAP, which is led by ABDAP. Black Power Blueprint is the Red Cross for Africans, because we know Red Cross really don't give a hoot. And I'm being nice because there may be kids around, but they don't give a damn. We are the one, we have events called Speak to the Doctor. We are educating our people on the coronavirus, the colonial virus, because, you know, anyway, Black people are dying. Africans are the ones dying 3 times more than other races. African people are dying. Okay, so this is a way to put the power back in the hands of the African nation.
Uhuru.
Go to development of Africa, developmentforafrica.org. And if you look for Corona, you will see the different topics where you can find out information about how to shop, how to go out and come home if you have to work in this. Well, now they're opening this up. Please do not be fooled. Don't be fooled. This stuff is not gone anywhere. It's mutated and it's just going to get you in a different kind of way. Don't be fooled. They are opening up the country for money. They want your dollars. They want your dollars. They want your life and they want your dollars. Whichever way they can get it. If they can send you out there to spend your money to get Corona and die, then that's the plan. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't do it. If you have to go out, wear your mask. Continue the social distance of 6 feet apart when you're in a crowd. For the simple reason, people, we are dying. We are dying. Besides them killing us, we're dying from this virus. So don't deal and protect your children, please. Your children and your old people like me. I'm seasoned. 66 is the age, but I'm gonna tell you, you got to stay healthy and build your immune system. Build your immune system. Go to developmentforafrica.org to find out what you need to do around this coronavirus. And if you're a doctor or a nurse, an African doctor or African nurse, we need your time. We will take 1 hour a week. That's all it takes to save a life. 1 hour a week. Donate 1 hour a week to for the information, go to developmentforafrica.org. Third thing I want to say, comrade, this is Gemini Uhuru. And we are freeing ourselves and asking you to donate to impede them.
Donate.
Yes, impedem.org/donate. This put Gemini in the comment and it will go to Uzi to help build our LLC and make it happen. Because if you've never seen no Uzi swag, you just don't know. You just don't know. And we're going to bring Uzi to the forefront even further, because that will make all opportunities for us.
I see you, Candace. Shout out to Candace. Hey, I want to
Candace, Uhuru.
Comrades Candace. She always supporting, you know what I'm saying? Every time we run with the culture vibes, I just want to appreciate you, comrade.
Uhuru, we appreciate you. And we appreciate any donor. 5, 10, we want 10. I'm 66. I don't know what you got on my 66. And Muambi, I got 20 on your 40.
You got 20 on my 40?
I got 20 on your 40, comrade.
Uhuru, thank you. Who else? What everybody else got on my 40? I'm turning 40 years on Wednesday, all right? 40 years old, so what y'all got on my 40?
Hey, and this old fossil of a Gemini revolutionary is seasoning 66. So if you got 33 on that 66, I appreciate you. I appreciate you if you got 10 on that 66. But usually I always do a poetry event around or on my birthday. And this poetry event, I want to give back. I want to give to everybody. And I need your assistance by donating. And you can donate between now and next Saturday, the 6th, because this is a 6-day donation. We are running this little campaign, Gemini Uhuru, for that long. And we love you. If you be in quarantine, don't mean you cannot have fun, and we can bring the club to you. Uhuru.